rhythm and the love will flow. Vulnerability with the true power is embraced. Beauty, love, fragile, we love to obey. Why your purpose and transcending experience for the breath in you writing for strangers and music. And this is yourself with the definition of I am the self, and this is where the well. For this about the what, it won't break it down. For this will be the dance floor. Freaking over the foot style for the body, of the rhythm, of the groove. And this is done with his all now. For the best to get in line for the line of wood to stay for this speedy winter. Fighting in the night for everything ebbs and flows. This is cycle for the brief time. For this is slow the burst of luck. This is misfortune and never the inevitable to keep us alive. That's out of the house. Don't be concerned with the positivity for the dying, over the surviving, over the misery for the strain. In the face of this, you to tear you for the you cannot hide. Stop that pain for the you can find a failed attempt to disguise. I find that the feeling of what's left of this unjust and unkind. Nothing is ever constant for these times and wild. Enough for the uncivilized, for the conflicting of emotions and fleeting, and just a way for the parting of the imperfections of design I can find. This is double to the midnight for the struggle. When the after is shackled over the into the binding of what you kick and scream for the frustration for what you darkness and offer what you provide. Capture the snapshots of that for the sad moments and who got shot for the won't remember for when you died for the biting of what you threw the knife at this fragile hope of your sunrise. Under the house. This creeping for the fingers to death into the heart for this to choose not burden or for the painless loved ones, and this is silent for the demise engulfed the heart for this gradually fading into the flame for the ones ablaze of this quiet retreating tears this apart for this to leave behind for the void but they cannot erase for the silent demise of the love and the vibing growth for this to be the subtle for the erosion for the passion and desire for the hushed whispers and emotions and ebb and flow for this love that the windows of the consuming of its own. Silence of the hearts of the absence to take the hold. Melancholy for the presence and linger in the air for the words that was left unsaid, for the stories left untold, for the echoes of the love that they used to care for. This is silence of the demise of the strength within, for this is death of the loss of the resilience is born, for the gathered for the fragments of the pieces that remain, solace of the healing of the wonderful. The weight of love, silent demise, persists this heaviness and the burden for the spirit and soul, unspoken words and the longing for the burst saying, for the silence and aching, for the eternal toll for the love of the silence. We learn to listen to ourselves and find our own voice, our own sense of worth, for this embarking journey, for the healing and the self-discovery, for this to be the honor, for the love, the silent demise, for the unraveling, unveiling of the depths of the resilience, for this to be the quiet aftermath and find yourself, the strength to rise, embracing for the lessons to learn and find the loves and cadence. Even in the love, silent demise, there's beauty for the space of the creating of a new beginning, for this to be the stillness and the finding of the clarity, for the igniting the flame, for the self-love, for the everlasting, for the silent, for the demise and the love, the guidance, and this to be the catalyst of the growth. In the absence of what you discover with your own trust, this find create love, this build all the self-connection, this to find the love, the silence for the demising of the marking of the ending of the signals and chapter the start for this is silence of the weather, but not for the bending of the rebuilding of the hearts, and this is wisdom that aren't a haiku, not for the two lovers, the spiraling out of control for the snowy mountain, for the love hunter who hunts the wisdom for the whispers, the unexpected but decent enough to where the unseen, lie unseen, hidden truths lie, whispers and dance between. The veils of power wrapped in deceit for the grand plan, for plotted for the cunning of the source of the fleet, for the dawn of the revelation near, this vacate the crumbling over the ignite the fears that lead the almighty, for this to be the lofty stance, this is share witness, and this the grand faithful dance, and this is ancient empire for the towering above, and this the arrogance, and this the egos, and does not share for the sun, for the set of the golden might, for this the final glorious vacating over the fears, the twilight, for the truth, for this the wildfire, for the burning bright enough for the light ignite. Revealing of the fright for disposing your puppeteer master alive, unmasking the hidden schemes in no manner disguise. This is one's hell with conviction. The gravity swiftly losing its friction, enough of it before the eyes of curious crowd that echoes the deception for the growing silent unbound. In the face of unveiled truth they stand lean. Leaders falter. For the castle for the made of sand, for the pedestal for the crumbling over the power to fade, for the wave for the falsehood finding the cascading over your society, for the watch this and wide open eyes, and this the grand plane crash just find sobering and surprise. Mass awakening in the voice embracing this a change for change, just to find just a chance, just to embrace the echoes of chaos, and this a seed for the hope of the doubts that sprout, or shatter the illusion, the giving birth to doubt, for this to fit the ashes of the chains, for the rebuilding of the free world just shaped by truth. This is where it is still for the yet used to still let the darkness and revealing of what's concealed, for the hidden truth that can be exposed and will be healed. The leaders may fall, but their deaths and demise will alone How many circles will be made? How many circles will be made? Dizzy surely. Love's unraveled in threads. Tapestry, woven in delicate threads, intertwining in live dance, passionately, desire. Thinnest intricate design for the hate, depths this reside, where the pain and heartache fuel eternal fire. With the unraveling of the love's complex weaving, this is the unraveling over the bonds, this is thought for the secure, for this acquired moment, for your solitude, for the grieving. For the love of the cherished, this is fragile and unsure, this is the fabric of the love's tapestry. We find flaws, or do we? Imperfections that woven into each other delicately and strand. The threads of trust and loyalty once strong, now frayed and weakened and slipping through the hands, and this is through the tears of the sorrow for the searching of the solace, and this is the fragments of love from once vibrant heat. But as the threads unravel, for the hearts bear witness to the fading echoes of the love that once knew. Yes, within the love's unraveling threads of strength, for this unraveling, to learn to let go, for the gathering of the remnants, and this is what the hopes and whispered breath of this, the mending of the heart to the love, the pattern will flow, for the even over the unraveling and the finer beauty, for the unvulnerability, for this the love of the veil, to the vain pain, this growth, the spirits will reignite, this the we define it, navigating as a path of the where the love prevails, to this the cherish unraveling in the threads of love. Teach us the lessons, resilience, and grace of this tapestry, the life of the we rise above, the grace and the shadows of the weaving of our own space, this find the love of this, find the stories untold. Create love that continue to grow. Honor that, for this reminding of the depths of the hearts, for this the imperfections to discover the worth, for this to find the creating of the masterpiece, and you never depart. And then pounding into me for the thunder howling of the scream and the lightning, and that to be all the same, whether or not. Love's echo with sorrow, for this will be temperature of the storm to leave its mark for the temper. Over the torrential, over the downpour, over the ecstasy, for the despair, for the wake, this to find the left drenched in emotions to caught between the joy and the burdens that we bear. I find what's all haunting in the melody for the resonating deep within. In the depths is our soul, for the pain takes wing, for this to lead scars and fragments of this to left the sweet sin. Find what's every beat in the heart for this unfolding of the long, was now in the lost in time, for this is promise. With the whispers of the wind fading into the echoes of the fading and the no longer their prime, this is aftermath of this love, this sorrowful song for the one of truth that remains of this shattered dream for the pine. The pieces of the heart for the scattered for the torn. Fragmented in the moonbeams, this is even the midst of all the echoes of the sorrow, for within the tears of strength to borrow, for this the ashes of wounded will be restored. Carving pathways, the empathy for the compassion, through our shared pain, find connections untold, building bridges, understanding in unison. This is the embracing your love and echo for the sorrow for the part of the human experience we share. Nurturing, resilient, finding solace in the air for the echoes to beat the heart and learn. This is the heart's blaze to carry the scars. This is a testament for what's this life we've made, infused with the bittersweet for the beloved over the betrayed. Emotions defined. Create the world of essence of what's pure. Love's silent agony for the exquisite. Whispers of the shadows for the aching. Needing now find within the chambers of the heart for the quiet rest. This is the recess of the longing and still. Knowing the leaving in an inevitable mark for the soul of the delicate art. For this find a dream. For this your my reality for the yearning and the echoes through the corridors of the despair. For this is leaving the trail shattered dreams this heavy in the air for the depths. For this is find a longing and the language and over to find the beloved for the who remains afar. For this is the heart for the symphony for the silent desire. I hope the hope for this is despair for the intertwining for the lock of the eternal spat you find midst this was the silent agony for the resilience and the thriving of the human spirit. You can find the fortress of the embracing of the love and this find ourselves. For this is the work behold. Agony transform itself to resilience arrange as we navigate through the path of healing and seeking the growth you should know or refine. Refusing to be consumed with this time of grace is to find through it all for this create the life of the weather proof. The presence is resumed. We're not the labyrinth to the love and silent for the agony of a grip for the resilience and the never known for the bound for this to be emerged for the scar for this to be stronger than enough for the shadows of the embracing the beauty for the love and the healing sounds. This is to find the silence and this is for the agony for this to love to be heard. Strength to rise to reclaim the spirits and triumphing yourself in the embrace. How many circles will be made? Dizzy surely. Love's unraveled in threads. The tapestry, woven in delicate threads, twining in live dance, passion, desire. Thinnest intricate design for the head, depths this reside, where the pain and heartache feel eternal fire. The unraveling of the love's complex weaving, this is the unraveling over the bonds, and this is thought for the secure, for this acquired moment, for your solitude, for the grieving. For the love of the cherished, this is fragile and unsure, this is...
Nothing? You think something will be the outcome? The dream be the reality, for the reality we are the dream. The crossroads to take success, for the isolation of the kneeling hands and delving into the soil, for the weather-beaten man, for this alone to be upon the crossroad. Face scarred, burned, for this the hair falling across the eyes, for this the head. Swivel the side, for this to be the eyes of the ocean gray blue, for the searching of something for the longing dwell here, for the lone, for the thoughts of fighting the voice of the tide of being, for this the one to try the tide of being. Safe for the holes of who's and finally lead you down, for this the push. Or path stretched out before me, over the pain sipping over the frowning lips, contemplating for what's to feel alive, for the wonderment, the point for the feelings inside, for this the round, to share them with her, this the time for the marching, for just the clouds above. Stands and dusts the hands off, for this tilted head, listening and waiting upon the crossroads of life, for this a who, the her, for this a whom. I find it took the first of this to take the hand for the leading across the own time, and this the things that were different. If I were different, for half that loneliness wouldn't be necessary, for the drop of the hand, for this to stain. Straying far from the crossroads, stuck in the head, for this to be the poison, crossing over the lips of the shelter with the protect. That which matters to the storm's weather, for the war rage, just dragons being dragging you on, for the breathing of fire, for all they don't understand, for the take the deep breath, for the this no raise, to get excited, for the never the word of fate, for this remaining. And another one dropped the hand, for this leaving it rare, for the so tired enough, the so warm, for the side of the hiding up, and the giving up and hope with the finding of the missing pieces, this will be the different faces, this fading into the birds of light and color. Noise interrupted the thoughts. Laughter bright and clear. Nothing is ever heard before. Raising the gaze of the feet for the just and me, for the eyes of the world, for the shaloming of the glittering over the reflected the depths of this. In fact, the face of faith passes over the beauty for the stealing in his breath, and you can find a smirking of the corner of the mouth, defying a certain description. For the nothing is a question. I can see the difference in immediately. For this will be the reason for the waiting and the learning, and all the crossroads and no more for the presence of balm. The elegance and unmatched. Soul of fire for the love's definition, for the completely altered, for the waking up to this pure bliss, this find the touching of the wind for the trees, and the playful enough for the heart to melt, to find a reason for the feeling after all, for the waiting and the missing piece in the mouth and the years in front of the crossroad. I feel the floor underneath the knees, tear it down, and vision blurred. It's a happiness shining through the moisture for the take it from me, for the I can feel now, for the worth the way, for this the path chosen, this the crossroads, the obscure, the distance for the going to me, for the distant place. Not a riddle for the riddle me not, for this to be gullible, to live inaudible, for this the words to come out the mouth, for the words to listen, for the puzzle, for the never I am, for the unmuffled, the never the mention, for the bounded, for the riddle. A fragile dance, love is. Delicate balance and the vulnerability and strength, this is ethereal, for the embarrass and bracing of the heart's ignite, for yet its flame that can falter, for the love is in the length. I find the beauty in the pain of love, for the ride of dance, for the souls intertwined, for the sneaking the sorrows and over the connection, the space between the heart. Emotions intertwined, creating symphony for the passion and affection, for the love that dancing out without the trials and steps, this is lighting over the uncertainty, for the fear, for the rhythm, for the never, the changing the test, for the navigating the depth of love and the atmosphere. You be the strip, think of it with the bear, the present, and for the pretense, this is where to build. Vulnerability over the, this will be the opening of the heart, for this leave the easily wilt to never define a fragile dance, for this define the growth. And we learn to embrace both the joy and the sorrow, for the high lows and the lows, and this discover the strength of the beauty, and over the entry tomorrow, the destiny, there's beauty in the pain endured. Shape mold us and refining their souls. Wait to re-emerge, this is stronger than pure. Barking after the cherishes in the fragile, the delicate steps to find the essence of it. But you have the beautifully real, unpredictable.
Try to find your head, giving time to notice small things we take for granted. Unable to be social, afraid to go outside. Don't forget to
I am the self, and this is where the well. This is about the what, won't break it down. This is the dance floor. Reaching over the footstyle for the body of the rhythm. This is done with all now for the best of the life. Now the woods stand for the sleep of winter.
That's the trouble in the world.
Fighting in the night for everything ebbs and flows. This is cycle for the brief time. This is slow the burst of love. This is misfortune and never the inevitable for the keep us alive. That's now. Don't be concerned with the positivity for the dying, over the surviving, over the misery for the strain, and the face of this esoteric for the you cannot hide. Stop that pain for the you find the failed attempt to disguise. I find for the feeling of what's lifted is unjust and unkind. Nothing is ever constant for these times are wild. Enough for the uncivilized, for the conflicting of emotions and fleeting, and just away from the parting of the imperfections of the design I can find. This is dabble into the midnight for the struggle. But when that is shackled over the into the lining of the wood, kicking and scream for the frustrations of what's your darkness and awfulness what you would find. Capture the snapshots that the sad moments. Who got shot for the moment? Remember who died, dividing of what you do the night for this fragile hope of the sunrise.
We're not ready yet to die.
It's creeping for the things that ever to the heart for this you should not burden over the painless loved ones. And this is silent for the demise engulf the heart for this craft. Gradually fading into the flame for the once blazing this quiet. Retreating tears with this apart for this to leave behind for the void that we cannot erase. For the silent demise of the love and the vibrant growth. This will be the subtle for the erosion, for the passion and desire, for the hush and whispers and the emotions and ebb and flow. For this love that the wonders of the consuming of its own. Silence of the hearts of the absence to take the hold. Melancholy for the presence and linger in the air, for the words that was left unsaid, for the stories left untold, for the echoes of the love that we used to care, for this is silence of the demise of the strength within, for this is death of the loss of the resilience, the born of the gathered, the fragments of the pieces that remain, the solace of the weight of love, silent demise, resistance, heaviness, the burden of the spirit and soul, unspoken words no longer for the person, for the silence and eat. Eternal toll for the love of the silent.
Afraid to go outside.
Learn to listen to ourselves and find our own sense of worth. Distant work, journey for the hidden and the self-discovery, for the distant honor, for the love, the silent demise, and the unraveling, veiling of the depths of the resilience, for this to be the quiet aftermath, and find yourself and shrink and rise, embracing for the lessons and learn to find love and peace. Even on the left side of the mind, there's beauty for the space of creating over your new beginning, for the sweet stillness and the finding of the clarity, for the igniting the flame, for the self-love, for the everlasting, for the side of the minds and the love to guide us, and this is the catalyst for the growth of the inner reflection. And absence of what you discover with your own trust. This find creating love and this build upon the self connection. This find the love decided for demising over the marking of an ending. The signals and chapter to start for this is silence of the rudder. Not for the bending, for the rebuilding of their hearts. This is wisdom and art. A haiku, not for the two lovers just spiraling out of control. The snowy mountain, the love hunts through the wisdom, the whispers, the unexpected, but decent enough to wear the unseen. Lies unseen, in truth lies, whispers and dance between. Veils of power wrapped in deceit, the grand plan plotted, the cunning of the soul fleet. For the dawn of the revelation near, this vacate the crumbling, for the ignite the fears that lead the Almighty. For this to be the law that stands, this is shall witness, and this is the grand faithful dance, and this is ancient empire for the towering above, and this is arrogance, and this is the egos and the shove of the sun for the set, the golden might, and this is final glorious vacating over the fears, the twilight for the truth, and this is wildfire for the burning bright enough for the light. Ignite the feeling of the fright for disposing the puppeteer master of lies, unmasking the hidden schemes in no matter disguise. This is once held with conviction. And rapidly swifted, losing its friction. Enough to be for the eyes of curious crowd that echoes the deceptions of the growing silent unbound. Face it, unveiled truth, they stand the lead. Leaders falter for the council, for the made of sand, for the pedestal, for the crumbling over the power of faith, for the weight, for this will be the falsehood, finally the cascading over your society, for the watch, this and wide open eyes, and this the grand plane crash, just find sobering us. The mass awakening of the voice embracing this a change for change, just to find it, just a chance, just to embrace the echoes of chaos, just to see for the hope of the doubts that sprout. Or shatter the illusion, the giving birth to doubt, for this will be the ashes of the chains, for the rebuilding of the real world, just shaped by truth. This is where it is still for the yet. This is still like the darkness of revealing of the weapon, still for the hidden truth that can be exposed, to be healed. Leaders may fall, but their deaths and demise will long.